Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2, and today I'm gonna be giving you part 5 of What If Naruto Became the Wrath of the Namikaze. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual, share this to all of your friends in your social media platform, and also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode over on Anime King of What If Naruto Was Given a Solo Sensei, and enjoy that guys. And also, for Anime King 3, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto Found the Uzumaki Curse Part 9, so go ahead and enjoy that guys. And remember, if you're new and this is the first time hearing my voice, yes, that's right, I indeed have 3 channels, Anime King, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3, which I post What If on every single day for you guys to enjoy. Yes, you heard that correctly, every single day. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Anime King family. And thank you for all of your help and support, and yeah, without further ado, what do you say begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last time we left off, Tsunade made some big changes, as she played soccer somewhere else. Sasuke as well, as she demoted Kakashi down to Chunin for all that he's done so far. All the stupidness that he's done. What made him believe that Team 7 was ready for Chunin exams? After months of not teaching him anything but teamwork exercise, he neglected his duties as Tsunade demoted him for that and set him towards watch. Yes, at the border, as she gave him his new Chunin flak jacket. Kakashi was ashamed and speechless. Once they were gone, she had a new team for Naruto. This new team comprised of Anko, Shikamaru, and Neji. As Naruto met up with all the members, as he spoke to each and every one of them, they decided to get something to eat so they could talk some more, until Ino interrupted, as she brought Naruto with her. As she did what Naruto had asked in front of Sasuke. Sasuke had lashed out in rage, but Naruto took the attack for her, like it was nothing, as Ino rushed into the hospital even though he was completely fine. After which, Naruto was called towards the council room, where they wanted to take away his free will, and use him for the CRA. Tsunade's hands were tied about this because the Clan Restoration Act law was there. As Naruto was surprised that, even after the talk, that the Jonins would go ahead with this. It seems like he didn't have any free will in this village, and people were watching his actions left and right. As Naruto made his way to Ichirakurami rather upset, where he spoke to Ayam, as Ino arrived there as he told her, as he asked her would she choose her father placing these laws on him. As Ino didn't know what to say. Ino had developed a bit of crush for Naruto it seems, as he just jumped in the way and took that stab from Sasuke, as she still couldn't believe that Sasuke would do that to her. But Naruto just jumped in the way and took it like it was nothing. What if he had died? Would he die for her? She was surprised by that, but that was her father. As Naruto made his way off to blow off some steam when Asuma and several others arrived. As Asuma didn't see Naruto as, well, what other people see him as, he saw him as a threat to the village. As Naruto was willing to throw down with each and every one of them, but Choji and Kiba arrived. Asuma dispersed the crowd as he told the boys to pick the right side. It was then that Choji and Kiba saw the loss, the anger, and the pain in Naruto's eyes. He didn't know who to trust anymore. Everywhere he went, people just turned against him. Despite not yet done anything before the actions that they placed on him when he was younger, they still condemn him. Treat him like he was a poison, like a virus in the village once again. Now it was even worse than before, even after the reveal of who his father was. The anger inside of him kept on raging when he made his way home. As the Kyuubi came out of the seal, she was only able to do it temporarily as she kissed him. As she told him that she wanted to be with him. If he was going to take other mates, they would have to follow her rules. As she sat down in his lap, as Naruto was blushing rather immensely. As things went on like that, as Naruto kept on training, she was able to come out of the seal every now and then. But it took her longer and longer next time, but still. In order for her to take over her body out here, Naruto would have to crush that person's mind, so she could completely override their senses and turn it into her body. As Naruto thought about someone, he was going to do that too. I couldn't reach it. When he met up with Sakura, as she was trying to apologize, but Naruto heard none of it. As he spoke to her, as the Kyuubi spoke to her as well, as she had go by the name Kuroko, as she told Sakura that Naruto would never trust her again, but Sakura said that she would find a way. But Naruto already found out which body he was going to take. For Kuroko, it was Sakura. Not to mention Naruto was doing something. He had marked several houses. He was doing something that was going to cause something big, as he already marked several houses. So yeah guys, so basically that's what I thought. If you guys can switch across to please check it out for yourself, and also guys, remember to stay tuned for the rest of what's coming your way. I hope you guys enjoy each and every one of them. What do you say we begin this new episode? Let's get right into it. We begin this episode as Naruto sat with his godmother. Naruto-kun, I hate this as much as you do, and I wanted to put it off as long as possible, but as she paused, as Naruto rested his head on her shoulder as he sighed. Sorry, just kind of tired, he said. But yes, I know what you want to talk about, and just like I said before, I don't blame you. Not for any of it. I know that this was not your idea, and I know how concerned you are for me. I just don't understand how this CRA bullcrap can be forced on me of all people. All my life I've been treated like crap, and none of them has ever did a thing to help me. Now that my heritage is revealed, it becomes known to them that I'm connected to someone important, and now they want to look at everything that has happened. They've never taken an interest in me before now. So seriously, Bachan, what the heck gave them the right to force this on me now, said Naruto. I don't know, sweetie, she said. I don't know. But because of the unique circumstance that your heritage has put you in, there isn't too much I can do to put this off. If you don't accept it in a week time, when the idea was proposed to you, the elders are going to try to force women onto you of their choosing, and they're going to try to use whatever means they have to ensure that you obey. As she grumbled to herself rather angrily. If you'd simply had a unique Genkai, or a member of a dying clan that had more than one member left, you'd be just fine. They wouldn't be able to do this. Shizune and I have been looking over the rule of this damn act since it was proposed. We've been trying to look to find any loopholes or anything else that we can use to get you out of this. Sadly, so far we have found absolutely nothing. Even my power as Fifth Hokage doesn't give me the power to do a damn thing about this. I was outvoted, not just by the members, but members of the Shinobi Council as well. Oddly enough, if the Civilian Council was still in position, I think they would have voted no just because they hate you. I don't think you'd have been any help though, but I wouldn't have been treated like the only damn fool, just because I'm the only one that voted no. So you were the only one to have voted no, huh, said Naruto. After the meeting that they had between their friends and families, you'd have think that at least some of them would have voted no, because you have been through so much already, said Tsunade. Well, at least this proved to me that they cannot be trusted. Tatsumi Miyazaka, Shibuya Burmei, Chosa Akimichi, Inoichi Yamanaka, Hayashi Hyuga, Shikaku Nara, none of them can be trusted. As Naruto looked up, Bachan, I need to tell you something. First, fine, I'll accept the damn terms of CRA, but I choose who I end up with. More importantly, I won't allow any time restraints. Just tell me the number those bastards have picked out for me to ask. I'm really sorry about this. Because of your unique heritage, they want to force you to take on at least 6 wives. They recommended 8 or more. I will tell them your terms in a meeting tomorrow. If they refuse them, I will find a way to cancel this whole damn thing. But because they were so insistent on having this whole thing happen, I think you're stuck, she said. It's fine, I understand. But there's something that I really need to talk to you about, he said. Do you remember when I spoke to you about my plans before? She nodded. I wasn't entirely honest with you, he said. Bachan, I'm going to make this village suffer. Keep in mind I will not kill innocents. I will not do that. I couldn't do that. Young children and newborns are out of the question as well. On top of that, I can't kill my friends. Or, the people like you that I love, he said. You're my family. But, I'm going to make this village suffer for the crimes that they commit. And their hateful ways, said Naruto. She remained silent, so he continued. I told you about Kuroko-chan. The came up in a conversation earlier today. So you understand my situation with her. But what I haven't told you is I found a way to free her from the seal so she would have a permanent body in the outside world. We would still be connected by the seal. There's no need to worry about that. But yeah, she would finally be free, and we would finally be together. I agreed to make her my wife, said Naruto. As Tsunade saw Naruto blushing at this point, she pinched his cheek. I already know how you feel about her from our conversation today. More importantly right now is the fact that you haven't told me how exactly you're going to free her. She is one of the few people that has been treating you well, and I want to meet her to thank her for it. As Naruto looked up with a smile, shocked at how accepting Tsunade has been through this whole thing. She didn't even seem fazed by everything that he had said so far. He took a breath. Well, I have to mentally break a girl or woman until she ends up retreating into her own mind. At which point Kuroko-chan will be able to possess this person's body and use her power to transform it into her own body. The one that she has when I see her in the mindscape. The person that she possesses will never regain control of their body ever again, which means that they will be erased from existence. I hope that makes some kind of sense to you, said Naruto. I heard of something like that happening before, but I never thought it was possible. Whoever you have to pick would be someone that doesn't deserve to keep on living anymore. Tell me, she said, who have you chosen? He nodded slowly and decided it was best to just tell his godmother the truth. I have chosen to erase Sakura Haruno from this world. I have already come up with a plan to truly break her, and the first step of that plan starts tonight. Coincidentally, it happened to tie into my plan to take vengeance on the village as well. So it's almost like killing two birds with one stone, as they say. Do tell, she said. I'm curious to know what you have in mind, she asked. As Naruto nodded, he decided to just put everything out there on the table and let her decide what she wanted to do regarding his plans. The civilian council may have been disbanded by the old man, but they're still held in high regard by most of the population. I already know that they made back dealings with people, including Danzo Shimura, Koharu, and Homura. These deals were made to keep the third Hokage busy, while attacks were made towards me. Of course they failed to kill me, but it still happened, said Naruto. I want to strike fear into the people of Konoha. I am going to murder the civilian council tonight. This includes Sakura Haruno's aunt, Kiri Haruno. This will be the first step in traumatizing Sakura. The second is what I'll have to do after I finish civilian council off. As he looked down, he took a moment. I don't want to kill innocents, but as Tsunade waited for him to continue on, he took a breath. I have to kill Kaizashi and Mobuki Haruno. Sakura parents. What troubled me about this is that they never really did anything to me. But I vowed to give Kuroko-chan her freedom. She has done so much for me already, and despite how I feel about this, she deserves to be free. She has more than earned it already. Believe me. Tsunade held Naruto close to her. Naruto, listen to me, she said. As he nodded, I am not upset with you, nor am I disappointed or angry with you. I told you why I would return back to Konoha to take the position of Hokage. It was so I could watch over you and take care of you. While I do not care for the murder of innocent civilians that have done you no wrong in the past, I want you to know I support your endeavors. I'm happy that you trust in me so much, Naruto-kun. As she hugged him close, he felt a few drops of liquids land on his head. Bachan, why are you crying? He asked. If I was here from the start watching over you and raising you, none of this would have happened. This is all my fault. Bachan, he said, don't do this to yourself. I am thankful that you supported me. I am really thankful for you being here taking care of me, for all that you have done so far. I love you and I always will. You've become one of my closest people in the world, said Naruto, as he hugged her once again. Time skip. Shortly after leaving the home, all the houses that he pinpointed, his clones had made their way off to eliminate the council members as the real Naruto made his way towards Kiri Haruno's house. As soon as all of his clones were in position, he gave a mental signal, as all of them entered the house of their targets. The original made his way. It was rather easy to get in. She was asleep. As Naruto came and placed a hand over her mouth, her eyes snapped open. As soon as the moonlight reflected his color, eyes and hair, she knew exactly who it was. But with his hand over her mouth, she couldn't cry for help or say anything. Kiri Haruno, I believe I put this off for long enough. I could have just killed you while you slept. But you know what? I realized something. It is so much better if I get to see true fear in your eyes before I end your life. As she tried to claw at him, but Naruto plunged the kunai he had right in her left eye, piercing her brain, as he then slit her throat as he watched as the blood left her body. The horrified look on her face was just priceless to him, as he couldn't help himself but laugh darkly, but quietly as well, to not draw any attention to him. Afterwards, he made his way through the streets. As he reached the homes of Sakura's parents, sneaking in, a clone of himself locked the window and the bedroom door. Two more clones placed their hands over their mouths. Their eyes snapped open as the clones held them down. As the real Naruto walked out, Kaizushi-san, Mobiki-san, unlike your sister, you two were never that hateful towards me. You two never sent people to kill me. You two never sent people to burn me alive. And I'm thankful for that, said Naruto. You were kind to me by not showing me any hate, but your daughter never was. I didn't want to do anything without you guys hearing me out. He nodded towards his clones as he removed their hands. Ask what you may, he said. Mobuki looked around at the numerous Narutos. Naruto, what in the name of Kami is going on? Why have you snuck into our room? Is something the matter, she asked. As Naruto lowered his head, I'm sure you know how things have been since my heritage have been revealed. The village has been a real mess, and if things continue on as they're going, there's going to be a civil war, and other nations would choose to attack us. As Kaizushi focused on Naruto, tell us what is wrong. As he walked over towards him, did someone try to hurt you already? There's been talk of that, but I didn't think anyone would actually. Naruto's hand came up quickly and slit the man's throat, as he collapsed to the ground, gripping his throat. As there was no happiness on Naruto's face, no smile like earlier, his face was just grim, pure anguish and sadness. His clothes kept Mobuki quiet as Naruto kneeled. It's not any grudge against the two of you. Things are gonna get really bad in the village. Really bad. Good people like you shouldn't have to suffer through it. Please, rest in peace, Kaizushi, Mobuki. I am truly sorry for this. Forgive me, he said, as Naruto walked over towards Mobuki. He placed a gentle kiss on top of her forehead. Please, look after each other, wherever you two end up. With that, he took her life as well. As a kunai dropped from his hand, one of his clones steadied him, as he wiped the tears from his eyes, calming himself. As he took several deep breaths, his hand, it couldn't stop shaking. Time skip. 2 days later, everything became problematic the day the news came out. Vast majority of the people say that the demon brat should be killed for the murders, but there wasn't any proof that Naruto was the one that committed this. So in the end, no one could do anything, and the majority of people didn't believe that Naruto could or would do such a thing. Sakura had completely broken down after the murder of her aunt and parents. Nobody had seen her after the murders, but getting to her house, they heard crying inside. The girl was too traumatized to be around anyone she was actually close to, but she had left her house at some point because the next morning, she informed Tsunade about something she had stumbled upon. She had went for a walk late that night to clear her head and get some fresh air. So she did the very first thing that came to mind. It was for the same reason why Team Uncle was now in front of Tsunade. Team Uncle, late last night, Sasuke Uchiha left the village with some of Orochimaru's men. If Sakura Haruna hadn't brought this information towards my attention, we would have already lost him. Naruto, Uncle, I believe the both of you are most familiar with the reason why Orochimaru would want the Uchiha, as Uncle placed a hand towards her cursed mark. So the bastard couldn't resist going to that snake bastard. He's obsessed with power. I can't honestly say I'm surprised. What are your orders, Bachan? Team Uncle, you are to give chase as soon as you can. Your mission is to retrieve Sasuke as soon as you can. Prepare yourself for a tough fight. We don't know who he sent or how powerful they might be. I gave you permission to gather a few to help you. I don't need to tell you guys to be careful. Naruto nodded. We'll try to bring him back alive, but I hope you understand. If he put up a fight, we will have to stop him if he is truly defected to their side. As Tsunade nodded. 10 minutes later, Konoha gates. Shikamaru had retrieved Choji for the mission. When he went to find Kiba, he was nowhere to be found. The situation was odd because Kiba was not on a mission this time. But based on what happened with the whole fine note about his mother and all that, forcing the thing on Naruto, maybe. It regarded his mother. Neji had thought about recruiting Hinata for this mission, but he chose against it. Instead, he wanted to look into her father, to try to see if the man would tell her about his actions regarding Naruto in the meeting yesterday. As he didn't want to tell her what was gonna fully happen because he knew, and it would hurt her if she found out. Kunai as well was taking an active look on Asuma's group. He had recruited quite a lot. It was their job to keep Naruto in check, but more time went on, it didn't seem like that is what they want to do. It almost seemed like they wanted to kill Naruto. So with that, Team Uncle plus Choji, they were ready to leave the village until, as Naruto saw that it was Sakura, she came rushing up to him. Oddly enough, she hugged him, as he did not move before she looked up towards him. Naruto, I know that you're not happy with me right now. And I know that things haven't been good with our team. I mean ex-team. But, Sakura, please get on with it. We're losing valuable time here. Naruto, I don't even know how I feel for Sasuke anymore. I'm confused, really confused. And I understand that things are bad right now, really bad. As she took his hand and squeezed it, please, I'm begging you, bring Sasuke back. Even if you hate him. It might help fix your image in the village or something. Maybe we can change him. Fix Sasuke's attitude or something. I don't know. I don't want to lose anyone else, she said. And I don't want to lose you either. As Naruto was surprised as she kissed him, he pushed her back and wiped his mouth. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. I didn't tell you that you can do that. Or did I want you to do that? You're lucky I even let you touch me, said Naruto. And if you want Sasuke back so badly. His voice became dark. I'll gladly bring him back. Just tell me how much pieces you want him in first. She started to cry as Naruto turned his back on her. We should get moving, team, he said. And with that they jumped off in the trees. As he could see that Sakura's mind was already broken. Her mind was so confused right now. As she was thinking about past feelings regarding him towards her, not realizing that he hated her same way. She even tried to kiss him. She just lost her parents. She didn't even know what she was doing properly. As he could see that very clearly. Just another push or two, and Kuroko could take over her body completely. As the group headed off, shortly before Team Uncle left for their mission, Ino wanted to find out why her father and the others forced such a thing on Naruto. Because they all were at the meeting and they all said they wanted to help him, and yet they did this. She couldn't understand why. Inoichi had snuck out. That was strange. He lived there, yet he snuck out early in the morning. As suspicious as this was, the path that he was following was more so. As Ino followed after him. As she rounded the corner to follow her father into a darker part of Konoha, she bumped right into somebody. She was about to yell at them to watch where they were going, but she went silent. Kiba? What are you doing here? Kiba frowned as he grabbed Ino and pulled her to his side, hiding behind the barrel. As Inoichi had glanced around, he waited until Inoichi started to walk again. My mom left pretty early this morning. Hana-chan and I have been following her, keeping the necessary caution so that she wouldn't be able to track our scents. As he saw Inoichi walk into an abandoned building, well, you want to know why the hell Mom decided it was okay to force Naruto into that CRA thing, and just take away his freedom like that. All of them, even after the meeting, I don't understand. How about you? I don't approve of their decision, I thought. Our parents cared about Naruto, but from their actions, it don't look that way. And not to mention my father snuck out this morning. He was hiding something. I'm not sure what it was. That is why I'm here to find out. As Hana jumped down. Let's move, she said. Her hearing had picked up everything. As they moved towards the abandoned building. It was a meeting hall. Every member sat in a strange circle. It's the right choice. Naruto needed to stay loyal to the village, and this was the best way to keep him here, said Shikaku, a frown on his face as he talked about the subject. I don't like this, forcing such a thing on the boy. As I said, on the third announcement, the Inazakas would gladly follow Naruto and Namikaze should they leave this village. But damn, if I don't want the pup to be happy. After all he's been through, he deserves a wife or two. If only I could get Hana to talk to him. She would be a good match for the boy. As Kiba and Ino blinked, as Ino turned towards Hana, she looked pissed. Or was that jealousy on her face? It sounds almost like you're trying to force your daughter into a relationship with Namikaze-san, Tatsumi. Could you perhaps be interested in raising your clan status in the village that badly, Hayashi said. Tatsumi scowled at that. You want to talk, Hayashi. You're clearly trying to train your daughter to be more confident so that she can ask the boy out. Weren't you planning to arrange a meeting in a few days with the boy, so you could push your dear Hinata onto him? A very quiet gasp could be heard behind the three that was watching as they turned to see Hinata, surprised that she was here, as Ino grabbed Hinata and pulled her down. As she placed a hand on her shoulder, it seems their parents had some ulterior motives to force Naruto into the CRE after all. Will you all quiet down, Inoichi said before they could break out into an argument, which they were going to do. We are not here to fight amongst each other. You do remember why we were coming, that he had 8 wives, don't you? Not only could we have him tied to the village by marrying a member from each of our clans, but there would be no risk of him leaving and causing more problem for us. Ino couldn't believe what she was hearing, especially in her father's case. They were speaking like Naruto wasn't even a person, like his feelings did not matter in anything. As the others were surprised that their parents would do this even after what they said about them trying to help Naruto, but yet they just want to use him. Inoichi spoke again. With the way my daughter has been behaving lately, and how often she speaks about the boy, it's clear that she has developed a sort of crush on him. When she told me about the actions that Sasuke had done, I was not only shocked by that, I was surprised that Naruto had taken the action in her place. I honestly never expected him to put his life on the line, given how he has been acting since returning to the village. That just proved that you're still good in young Naruto-kun, said Chibi. Our concern was well-founded, and the CRE was indeed the best bet, but perhaps we were too hasty to push this on him. No, we weren't, said Shikaku. If we had waited for much longer with the way that things are escalating in the village, there's a good chance that Naruto would have left the village. Take into consideration who his godparents are for a moment. Upon seeing the other clan heads nodded, he continued, if Naruto leaves, not only do we lose the 4th Hokage heir, but we also lose the last Uzumaki. This in itself is a great loss. But he also possessed the Kyuubi. All of these things lead to one conclusion. By the time he's of proper age, he will be a force to be reckoned with. But more than that, if he abandoned this village, I don't think we will have our spine into work from Jervis on again, or our best medic, Tsunade Senju, is currently our Hokage at the moment. She has yet to finish training the current medics, and I'm sure that it will take a long time before they're even quarter as good as she is. Let's face it, Naruto has great power in this village. Hayashi nodded. The CRE really was our best bet. We have to look out for the village first and foremost. Whether Naruto is happy or not is none of our concern. If we can force him to father an heir with one of our clan members, he will be forced to stay here and protect the village as he was meant to do in the first place. As much as I dislike saying this, even after all he's done, Jinchurikis were meant to be weapons, and Naruto will make a fine one. The 4 that was overhearing this was shaking in absolute rage, as they couldn't believe what they were hearing. They were shocked. Chose to decide to speak up. I'm more concerned about our children. Apparently, Naruto did inform my son about what we decided, so he's been questioning me lately. I told my boy he should stay out of matters that doesn't concern him, but I doubt he will accept that for too long. With our children being so close to Naruto, we're gonna have to be careful from now on. As he glanced at Inoichi. Your daughter is quite the gossip, Inoichi-san, so you have to do something to keep her quiet. If she were to begin spreading rumors, there's no telling what will happen. As Inoichi was about to speak, Tsunade's nose started to twitch, as Chibi raised his head slightly. The 4 eavesdroppers rushed off as quickly as possible as they moved towards the Namikaze estate. Their hope was that Tsunade was there. If she was there, they could make it on the grounds. Back in the meeting hall, Tsume started to laugh, as Chibi shook his head in disappointment. Well, it seems we had a few spies, Never thought my pops would pull something like this. As Shibi nodded. Ino, Hinata, Kiba, Hana. This is so damn troublesome, said Shikaku. Come, we have to do something about our dear children. We can't have them revealing this to anyone after all. Moments later, Namikaze state. As the group approached, they found Tenten, as she was banging on the gates calling out for Naruto. Reaching her, Kiba dropped to his knees, as he was feeling a lot more exhausted than he should be, unaware of the bugs that Shibi had planted on him, as he noticed his comrades all collapse on the ground. As his vision went blurry as he collapsed as well. Thankfully, Tsunade was returning for a nap. As she arrived to see the others there, as she saw Tenten trying to straighten the others awake, she rushed over. Something was very wrong, as she allowed them to step inside through the barrier. As soon as she shut the gate, she saw the previous Inoshikacho. Tenten helped them inside. Something seemed to be happening since Tsunade. Tenten started to half drag and carry the 4 people into Naruto's home, as she could only take one at a time. As the trio approached the gate, please return our children to us, Hokage-sama. They ran away when we tried to punch them, and we would very much like them back. Tsunade listed Shikaku words. As she looked down, is that the reason why those insects are trying to get through the barrier, she said. There's more going on here that you aren't telling me, Shikaku, and I don't like it. First, you decide to force CRE upon Naruto-kun, and now I find 4 Genins unconscious at my doorstep. There's more to this than you're letting on. I will find out the truth one way or another. I will gladly hear it from the children when they wake up. Now, if you 3 know what is good for you, you either tell me the truth or leave, before I get angry. Which will it be? Inoichi frowned. Whatever you hear from them would most likely be gossip, Hokage-sama, he said. My little girl is famous for her gossiping ways, so it's impossible to trust her word for anything. As Inoichi walked off, as Choza went after him. However, he stopped and looked over his shoulder. Whatever our reason may be for forcing the CRA in your godson, it doesn't matter. After all, doesn't he deserve to be happy with people that love him? As Shikaku watched his friends walked off. We will be back for the children later, after all. They can't stay here forever. And with that, they left to discuss some more. As Tsunade watched the bugs as they vanished into the ground. They were unable to get in the compound because of the barrier. Only Tsunade right now could let them in, which she would not do. Once they were out of sight, Tsunade turned as Kiba was left, as she picked him up, as Tenten was dragging Hana into the house. She brought them all up to the upstairs rooms, and laid them down on beds. Tsunade-sama, said Tenten, I always dream upon meeting you, but right now doesn't seem like the time to be gushing or singing about praises. I don't know what the heck happened. All I want to do was talk to Naruto and then... Are they gonna be okay? They just passed out. They had their chakra drained. They will be fine, don't worry. Someone planted Kikaicho on the 4 of them, and if I had to guess who, Tsunade leaned back and shook her head in disbelief. I would say that it was Shibi that did this. It's lucky the barrier is designed the way it is. Or they might have followed them in, and Shibi would be able to come in, if his bugs had made their way inside. Tenten glanced at the windows. Can they stay here for a while? I didn't think anything like that would happen to my friends. Why would the clan heads do something like this? I don't know, little one. I really don't know. But whatever is going on, it is circling around Naruto-kun. This village is going crazy, and it seems like no matter what I try, my godson life is just gonna keep on getting worse and worse in this village. I'm honestly scared for him. Even being Hokage, why do I feel like I'm not strong enough to protect him? To defend him? I shouldn't be able to defend him from his own village. The village should keep him safe, but yet, he's more in danger in here than out there. I want him to be happy, but it seems like I'm failing him. I just can't believe what the village has come down to. As Tenten, she had been seeing the mobs lately. She heard the talks. People were just ignorant and fools. But it seems like it was reality. She heard people saying that they were going to attack him. People saying that he should die. But she just thought they were ignorant bigots that didn't know what they were talking about, but yet, here was a Hokage, Tsunade of all people, saying that it was reality. So why did you want to talk to him, asked Tsunade. When he left the meeting regarding the CRA, he wanted to know who he could trust. At first I didn't believe. I just thought that it was just pure nonsense, but the people, they're actually trying to hurt him if they don't get what they want. I should have just trusted him. I should have listened to him. I was here to apologize. And Tsunade hugged the girl. Don't worry, it's not your fault. It's hard to believe that a village that you grew up in can be so harsh to their own people. It's very hard to imagine, said Tsunade. The more time went, the more she got to hate the people of Konoha. Meanwhile, with Jiraiya had flanked the team. Team Anko that was. As he had came across the battle while Team Anko had moved on, he had stayed behind. As he arrived to see Shizune, what the heck happened, he asked. She looked shocked to see Jiraiya, but she continued to heal Raido and Genma. We were on patrol. Per Tsunade-sama orders. While taking a break, we sensed a presence nearby that we were not familiar with. These two went to investigate, and when they did not return, I watched the stand and eye, figured that something was wrong. We found these two like this, whoever did to them is probably nearby. We're not sure who they are, but they need to be stopped. Jiraiya summoned a toad. Take these four back to the village. Shizune, continue your medical treatment back at the hospital. You will have an easier time there. And make sure more rooms are prepared just in case. I have a feeling that things are gonna get ugly. Shizune looked down. What do you mean, Jiraiya-sama, she said. Team Anko and Choji Akimichi were sent out to retrieve Sasuke Uchiha. However those two fought, they're likely the people that he came across. If these enemies are skilled enough to do this to some highly skilled Jonin, and Takabitsu Jonin as well, it's likely that medical attention will be needed. As the toad summon brought them back to the village, as Jiraiya took off to the trees, he could already hear the sounds of battle off in the trees. Moments earlier, Team Anko, as they saw the threads, it was a trap to locate the enemy. Neji looked ahead as he saw the five of them, and he also saw a strange container. So they came up with a plan as Naruto created 5 clones that transform into them as they move ahead to set off the traps. As Neji saw one of them twitch, as he could feel the threat from where he was. As the sound team revealed himself as soon as the Konoha team got trapped, Shikamaru wasted no time as he ensnared them in his shadow, as he forced them into a lax position, so that his allies could give them critical blows. Choji jumped as he launched a fist towards the orange-haired man, as his fist was enlarged, and it was coming down at high speeds. The other enemies had broke away, but that didn't save them as they had used the strange mark on their neck to up their power, something Shikamaru was not accounted for. Neji came in and struck numerous points behind the spider-like one before leaping away as Choji crushed the large one. The white-haired man with a strange hump on his back and the angry red-haired one prepared to strike back. They had been caught off guard and they were not pleased about it. But snakes wrapped around the white-haired man and bit into his throat, releasing their venoms into his body as he collapsed to his knees. As the last of the Stone 4, the Genjutsu user, was attacked by Naruto. If she dared to move a muscle, she could end her own life on accident. As Naruto kunai was pressed tight against her throat, already drawing a bit of blood. Kuruko-chan, say that you feel familiar to her. It seems you're from a long-dead clan, girl. Are you truly a Uzumaki? The girl flinched a bit, drawing a bit more blood. To think a relative would be working under the snake bastard of all people. What are the odds? Behind him, Karin's eyes widened, as she was the 5th member of the group. Your name, it's not Naruto Uzumaki, is it? Naruto grabbed Teiwai and pinned her down to the ground. As he put the kunai at the back of her head, he glanced up towards her red head. As he looked at her glasses, so, he's told you about me, huh? How curious. Damn it, said Karin. This is the guy I told you about. Orochimaru-sama wanted us to be careful of this one. Shit, do something! Activate your curse marks! As a strange bundle on the white-haired guy's back activated his curse mark for him, seeing that the other one was, well, the snakes. Arms emerged and ripped the snakes apart. The venom coursing through his body was still affecting him badly, as he could barely stand. Jirobo, Kidomaru, Teiwaya. Do it now, he said. We don't have any choice. We have to get the Uchiha to Orochimaru-sama even if it costs us our life. As Naruto crouched down low to Teiwaya. Your mission will fail, Teiwaya, he said. I doubt Orochimaru would welcome you back after such a failure. So, I'll go ahead and make you a little deal. She gritted her teeth as she was about to activate her mark, but Naruto drove the kunai in her shoulder as she cried. Bad move. Activate your curse mark while you're in my grasp, and you will die. Now listen to me and accept my deal. You don't really have much of a choice. She was about to nod her head that she was gonna listen, but Naruto was hit by Jirobo. As Naruto was sent sailing away, she got back to her feet as she gripped the wound. Orochimaru-sama was right. That guy is terrifying, she said. Thanks, Fatso, she said. Jirobo was about to retort, but the leader, Seikon, spoke up. This is no time for arguing, Jirobo. Can you hold these trash off? I'll hold them off for as long as I can. Take Sasuke and get out of here, he said. Kitamari tried to grab the casket, but Ongo, as she lashed out her hidden snake hands. But Jirobo launched a massive boulder towards her, forced her to jump away as Kitamari reached after the casket, but something happened in that split second. Naruto appeared in front of Kitamari and thrust a wind blade directly in his eye. Kitamari screamed out in agonizing pain. As Naruto flipped and slammed an explosive tag on his forehead, he jumped. Boom! The explosion blew his head clean off. As Naruto landed, "That's one," he said. After Kitamari's sudden death, the Zone 4 each had a different reaction. Karen collapsed to her knees. As she started to shake, Teiwaya's eyes went wide. We're screwed. We're screwed. As Jirobo was in shock, so Seikon grabbed the casket as he glanced towards the girls. Why the hell are you two just standing there? Let's get moving, he yelled. Jirobo, whatever you do, don't let him through. Especially not that psychotic blonde bastard. As he moved as fast as he could go with the casket on his back. As Naruto turned his gaze. You're Uzumaki as well, aren't you, Four Eyes? He asked. As Karen's eyes widened as she looked towards Teiwaya. How does he know? I have no clue, said Teiwaya. All I know is that right now we need to get away from that shithead as fast as possible. Go, Karen, I'll be right behind you. As Karen leaped off in the trees, Teiwaya pulled out her flute. Activating her level 1 curse marker, she started to play. Shikamaru tried to ensnare her, but Jirobo threw another massive boulder. As Teiwaya summoned their 3 dokis, they started to relentlessly attack, forcing Team Uncle back. Do your job well, Fatso. No matter what you have to do, keep them away, said Teiwaya. I would retort, but there's no time. Get going. I won't let them take Sasuke back. Seeing that she shot off to catch up with Karen. I'll buy you guys as much time as possible, he said, as he activated his curse mark level 2. Meanwhile, at Konoha, Shizune came in. Tsunade-sama, I got news, she said. What is it? Did something happen? First, I want to inform you that while patrolling with my team, we encountered a group of enemy ninjas. They defeated Genma and Rado, and then they fled. The 2 are currently resting in the hospital, but Jiraiya-sama informed me that we should keep rooms open for Team Uncle. I understand. There's something else. I'm not sure what happened while I was gone, but there are rumors whispering in the street about the attack on Naruto-kun. It sounds like it's going to be a big one. According to the rumors, Asuma is at the head, and it seems he has support from many of the clans. I doubt the clan heads know of it, but I saw many members of the other clans grouped together. Before anyone could say anything, Kiba stumbled down the stairs. Akamaru at his side. I'm not surprised about that. Choji and I caught Asuma in a group about to attack Naruto the other day, but we intervened. I needed to bother. Ino, Hinata, sister and I found out why the clan heads forced Naruto into the CRA. They had some sinister ulterior motives, and once Naruto learned of them, I doubt that he will stay in the village for much longer. At this point, the other 3 came in. They don't care about Naruto-kun at all, Ino said, as she was clearly hurt by what she had heard. When we were caught eavesdropping on their conversation, we knew that we were in trouble. I don't know what they would have done to us, but it wasn't good. Hinata had tears in her eyes. I'm so angry with them. After all he's been through, they're trying to make sure that he doesn't have any choice, any options. They're trying to force him to stay here despite the hatred and the attacks from everyone. They claim to care, but they don't care at all. They lied, Hana said. The plan was to marry the 3 of us girls off Naruto, as well as the members of the other clans. If we were to birth his children, he would have no choice but to stay. At least that is her plan. But more than that, as Kiba took over, some of them wanted to raise their clan status. But that's not the worst of it. Hayashi, of all people, said that Naruto was nothing more than a weapon. And my mom, she agreed with this. All of them did. This is bad, Shizune said. Between the clan heads and Asuma, Naruto is gonna lose it. What are we supposed to do to bring everyone under control? To bring everyone together? Honestly, said Tsunade, I don't know. As Naruto was right, Konoha was falling into a civil war, and she could already see it. We could rally Naruto supporters to put a stop to Asuma's group, but that would just cause a civil war in the village. As for the clan leaders and CRA, I tried to come up with something, but I just could not find a way out of it. Naruto can only agree as long as he gets to choose his partners, but I'm not sure that he ever will. He's so certain that no one could ever love him because he's a monster. Why would he think that? Said Tenten. It doesn't matter if you have the Kyuubi steel inside of him. That doesn't make him a monster. A monster cannot have the heart that he has. What the hell is wrong with him? Tenten said. Why would he ever think that? As Kiba chuckled a bit. Naruto is a hot-headed fool just like me. It will take him a while to realize that some of the girls have hots for him. After all, there are 3 in this room right now. As he laughed a bit, as the girls started to glare at him. As he started to go on, Akamura tried to bark him out of it, to tell him to be quiet, but he did not. He looked up to see the 3 girls over him. It didn't take too long, as Kiba was knocked unconscious. As Tsunade cleared her throat, the 3 girls turned, as he blushed in embarrassment. Tenten shook her head. You 3 are going crazy over Naruto, she said. I don't mean it to be offensive or anything, but we're supposed to be thinking of ways to protect him. Our first priority is to do something about Asuma and his group, right? You're right, said Ino. Sorry for getting out of hand there. It's just Tsunade sighed. I should let the 3 of you know something if you're going to actively pursue Naruto now, that you know of the CRA forced on him. There's a woman that is very special to Naruto right now. Her name is Kuroko. If you want to be with him, you will have to gain approval from her, and Naruto as well. I'm not sure when you'll have the chance to meet her in person, but in the free time, you're free to talk to my godson about your feelings. Whether he accepts them or not is up to him. Shizune chuckled, that's true. Since everything, he hasn't been the most trusted person, so it's gonna be a bit hard. As she switched up a bit. Anyway, we need to think of a plan. If only we have more information on those Asuma has recruited, we might be able to formulate a plan. Right now though, I just don't know what we can do, as everything was just getting worse and worse. As Asuma had rallied a lot of supporters. Even if Tsunade had put him behind bars, his supporters would take this as a more action to get rid of Naruto. Well, they would try. But this would just cause chaos in the Hidden Leaf, which they could not afford right now. Tsunade had no idea. She really didn't know what to do on this matter. She really didn't know. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want the next part to do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted. Remember, share to all of your friends in social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Naruto Found the Uzumaki Curse and enjoy that guys. And over in the making, I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto was given a solo sensei, so go ahead and enjoy that guys. But for now, I'm out of here, see you guys soon. Peace.